International Conference Center. I'm Lizz Ntonjira. Now, since its inception, the Kenya Union of Savings and Credit Cooperatives has unwaveringly encouraged the formation and development of sound savings and credit cooperatives. As the umbrella body of Saccos, the key roles of KUSCO have been in line with the advocacy and representation. In addition, and of most importance, is the role of KUSCO. In the role of KUSCO is offering financial and technical assistance to the rural and urban middle and low income earners. However, currently some of the greatest challenges facing most Saccos today include competition from commercial banks, undercapitalization, information technology and loan pricing strategies. To discuss this with us is the Managing Director of KUSCO, George Ototo. Welcome very much to the show.
Thank you, Liz.
Let's first start off with the achievement KUSCO has been able to achieve over the years.
Well, KUSCO is an acronym for savings and credit cooperatives, and is a union of Saccos, or umbrella body of Saccos. We were formed in 1973 with a key mandate of advocacy and representation. In the process, we've helped in the formation of Saccos countrywide. And quite a number of milestones have been so far achieved. One of them is the so-called the FOSAs, which we now have a new law to regulate. That was our formation. Our research and consultancy department did that in the mid-90s when banks were running away from suburban centers.
All right.
Yes.
What are some of the challenges that you have faced in this recent years? I know competition from commercial banks is one of them. Maybe you could mention a few others.
Well, other than competition, we've had the issue of legislation, but we would thank the government that saw it wise to establish a ministry to spearhead the issues of the cooperatives. But at the same time, other than the legislation, we've had issues like competition from commercial banks. Sometimes the squeezed or low earnings by employees in this country has also made it a little bit difficult for these Saccos to achieve financial stability as would have been expected. The other issues are just like loan pricing, issues of ignorance. Sometimes back there are also issues of poor corporate governance, which we have so far addressed. You've also realized that in the initial days we used to have problem of staff capacity. We've trained on this, and together with other partners we've managed to achieve this. And currently we can say that the cooperative movement in general employs about 500,000 employees.
Oh, that's brilliant. I know you've had a problem with some organizations not remitting members' deductions. How are you going about that?
That's quite true, but nowadays it is not really non-remittance but delayed remittances. What is so far happening nowadays is that we lobbied with the Ministry of Cooperative, and the Commission of Cooperatives normally have a mandate to invoke Section 35 of the Cooperative Societies Act, CAP 490, to freeze accounts of those employers who do not want to remit the deductions, and that has borne fruits. We've moved from 10 billion to about 1 billion. The 1 billion we are talking about are for those institutions that have so far been liquidated. So it is a little bit difficult to get that 1 billion that had not been remitted. Otherwise, we only talk about non-delayed remittances. Like you saw about 2 weeks ago, we talked about the TSC delayed remittances, but non-remittance is no longer there. They are only delayed.
All right. In terms of delayed remittances, how do you go about that in terms of addressing to these organizations that you need this money in time?
Actually, advocacy involves a lot of strategies. One of them involves going to the street, as you've seen other people going to the street and demonstrating. But we always believe in engagement because we have quite a number of complementary products to support our advocacy. And that means we cannot go and demonstrate in the streets. We engage, we lobby, we write letters. Sometimes we also threaten that we are going to have discussions and engagements with the Commissioner to invoke Section 35 of the Act, and that has borne a lot of fruits. We've also been able to sensitize these employers who are not doing the remittances, and that also has enabled us get into proper negotiation. Some of them used to be farms within the country, individual or private companies, and they have so far understood why they need to remit these monies in good time.
All right. I know so far there are only 7 licensed Saccos under SASRA. Why such a small number? And in terms of giving the deadline is in June. How many other Saccos are coming up?
Well, what needs to be clearly understood is that applying and getting a license are 2 different processes. Our encouragement to Saccos is that they need to apply, but quite a number of rigorous procedures are normally followed before they get the licenses. I can confirm to you that by last week, Friday, that was 15th, 131 Saccos had so far applied. 40 out of those had been given what is called letter of intent, meaning that they are just halfway into getting the licenses. By the end of this week, other 7 will get the licenses. So the encouragement I need to give to Saccos is apply. If you are operating a FOSA business, apply for the license. The procedure and the processes of getting a license takes time, and you need to operate, they need to operate within the law. They are law-abiding citizens, and there is no need of operating illegal business after 17th of June this year.